Hey everybody, welcome to Tailwater Outfitters, Tailwater TV. Welcome to cold. It is February.
This is winter time.
I know, and it's like raining and cold, but we're catching fish, so we don't really care. I am with Captain Court Douthit.
Everybody.
Recreation Specialists.
Yeah,
Did I get it
and
right?
yes, and our group trips through the saltwater specialists.
Also, not a lot of you know this, but Court was also in the original Broadway production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. So
that's right. Guess what part?
Yeah, he was phenomenal, by the way. And this might be the best video of beards ever.
I think we look pretty solid.
We got two just...
Not too scruffy?
No, just
well manicured.
But what we're going to talk about today is something we got in our shop, finally. We've been talking about it for a while, and that's Siegler. Siegler! Was that from a movie? Siegler!
I don't know, I have a TV.
I don't know. It's true. Anyway, Siegler, and we carry the fly reels and the conventional. We're going to do a different video about the conventionals, but today we're going to talk about fly reels, and there's nobody better I could think of than Court because he uses them day in and day out when he's chartering people around.
And I live down the road.
And you live down the road, so, and he's got a sweet boat, and he takes me out fishing sometimes, so that's always good. That's not why I like you, though. I mean, it helps.
now
it
the
adds,
comes out.
It adds to it.
It helps my appeal, huh?
It does. It's not the whole of it. So let's talk about these Siegler fly reels. Fly reels.
Fly reels.
Yes.
The fly reels. So I've been fishing these for 3 or 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Wes is a buddy of mine. Mm-hmm. This is the newest one, the SF, or the small fly, and it's a 6, 7, 8 reel. Currently it's hanging on a 9. So
yours never match.
Yeah.
Yours are always a little.
I like the lightness of it.
Yeah.
And then the MF, their medium, is a little bit bigger. You can see the size difference.
Yeah.
It's also the SF is quite a bit narrower, so they were able to cut a bunch of weight out of it. And then the BF, which is
the big boy. That's the big boy.
This is the train stopper.
Now this is the train stopper, but you catch tarpon and use that for tarpon fishing as well.
Yes.
Because that's a 9. The MF's a 9, 10, 11.
And even in the development stages, I was fortunate enough to get help with the SF design, and we hooked 25-pound jacks on it with a 12 weight.
Nice.
One of the nice things about the Sieglers is the amount of parts that are interchangeable from reel to reel. So if you do go on a vacation somewhere and one of your reels has a problem, you just have a small parts kit. I mean, a very small parts kit.
Comes right in the box.
And
very cool.
You can snap it out right then.
And you'll notice probably the most glaring difference between this and most fly reels is on the other side of that fly reel.
That's right, the lever drag.
Yeah, you'd be looking at that and go, is that a lever drag? That's a lever drag. Now,
so
why would I want, as somebody, let's pretend I'm not the world accomplished fly fisherman that I am.
We'll pretend you're less educated on the fly rod.
We'll pretend that I'm not good.
So
why do I want to?
The lever drag. One nice thing about it is with most fly reels, if I need to change my drag, I'm going to go from my reeling hand, switch hands, change the drag, switch hands back, and go back to reeling on the fish.
Right.
Where with these, you can just reach underneath it, and it's
and you can dump the whole
hand.
You can dump the whole drag if you need to.
So if a fish goes around a piling or around a crab trap line or something, a lot of times since we're fishing a braid on here, we've got 50-pound braid for our backing.
Right.
So it's got a fair amount of abrasion resistance. You dump the drag so you're not pulling on it. Let the fish run. A lot of times that fish slows down then. You get it around whatever you got to get it around, and you still got a chance of getting the fish.
Right.
A tarpon goes to jump. You can take one little click on it, 2 clicks on it, and you're going to relieve a bunch of pressure. As long as you still point at it and bow to him, you're in good shape. You come right back to here.
Right.
When the fish gets to the boat, so I've got the fish like this, and you're going to put your hands on it. As soon as you get your hands on it, I'm just going to dump my drag.
Yeah.
That way, when it goes bananas and you drop it, we're still connected, and we're not connected.
Other people would drop it. I would be clamped
you get your meat hooks
like a vice grip.
I think we got a good chance. If Dan touches your lip, you're in trouble.
You're not going anywhere, man.
So, dumping the drag, your fly's still connected, and if the fish does get loose, you just come tight on it again, and then put the drag back down.
And then add some drag.
Where if you have it all the way cranked down and that fish goes bananas, and you go tight as hard as you can, it's just going to pop off that line.
Yeah.
So,
and like you were saying, you can take it apart very simply.
Right.
Couple of tools. I mean, you do it with a pair of pliers.
I'm gonna pull this off here.
We're gonna take one apart real quick.
I can take most everything out. I did not bring in, I believe it's the 4mm Allen key for taking the foot off. So one of the really cool things about this reel is the dovetail design that connects that. I mean, you've done a little woodworking. That's like the best connection you can get.
Oh, yeah.
If you got a dovetail connection, it's also lower, so it keeps the reel closer to the rod, which keeps it from tweaking as much when you're fighting a fish, or just the weight of it when you're casting. So, go over. If you need to switch it over, it's easy to get apart. Okay. So we got. I'm not going to go to all the entire
we don't need
switching it over, but I just talk. So, getting into it, the E-clip, that's a simple design that is used in automotive. It's used in machinery. It's not a little bitty screw that you have to try to get in there, and if you cross thread it, all of a sudden you're shot. Right. So we just reach in there and grab that off with the pliers. Okay. And your whole spool comes off.
Look at that.
So if you want to switch spools, if you, for some reason, if you're offshore and all of a sudden you want to throw a sink line on, it's that quick. You roll this up, stick it in your bag, grab the other spool, and
one of the cool things, and we'll show you this, in the box it comes with extra parts. I mean, nobody does it. I can remember the days you buy a spinning reel, you get 2 spools. They don't do that anymore.
Right, at all. And these don't come with an extra spool.
They don't come with an extra spool,
but any of the parts that either is needed to switch it from right to left or left to right, and then they threw in an extra E-clip. I don't have any idea where that little thing went. Right there. Yeah. I have lost a couple of them on the boat. Like, bink.
Now, is this something you could probably find? Could you find that on a parts store?
That's the thing. You could find that pretty much anywhere in the world at an Ace. Yeah. You're going to find something that's going to fit that. Yeah. You can completely take, this is the drag set. So you unscrew this, which I'm not going to take all the way off today, but you unscrew that, you've got stainless steel and carbon discs that create all of your drag. For a long time we went to the sealed drags, which was super awesome in its time, but you can't maintenance it. You're out of luck. Right. There's no way to get into those sealed drags. Right. And not to mention, then you kill your warranty. Yeah. Where if you call Wes and the guys over at Siegler are like, I took this part and don't know how to put it together.
They're gonna walk you through it.
They're gonna walk you through it. They're gonna put you on a video chat or something. Yeah. The bearing is different than I've seen in fly reels before. It's a roller bearing that's basically the Kickstarter bearing out of a dirt bike.
Sweet.
So it's meant for full-size guys to jump on.
Right. Right. It's made for some durability.
Not that you're putting that much pressure on your reel bearing, but it's nice for durability.
And they're a little pricey, but it's one of those things, you get what you pay for. And,
absolutely.
And here's the coolest thing. We'll end with this.
Helps me put that back in there.
You take one of their boxes, you're going to get this beautiful wooden box with some wood burning on it and stuff, and on each side of the box there's a species of fish. If you go and catch each one of those fish with that reel and prove it to them, they'll send you a brand new reel for free. There's nobody else that does that. That's pretty cool. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like you're just going to walk down to your pond, your retention pond in your neighborhood and catch all 4 species. Got to put a little effort into it.
But every box has some, I think they did a good job of making it to where it's...
it's like 4 levels of fish, like easy, and then it gets a little harder. And I think it's cool.
They started marking the bearings, R and L. Yeah. Because I just set this bearing down and I was like, which way does it go? Yeah. One way, the bearing's designed to roll one way.
Right. So if you got to do your retrieve, you just switch the bearing around.
Switch the bearing around, but then you also come in and take this off, and I'll show you that side of the drag here in just a second. So I put this back together, put the E-clip
goes back on.
It's kind of concave on one side, or curved, and the flat part goes down, and it just clips right back in place. Put the hubcap back on. We're back in business.
Nice.
So, on this side of the reel, on the lever, we've got the preset knob. Comes off. When you switch it around, this little guy right here.
Yeah.
Is your,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called the cam.
Right.
But
The cam Newton.
the other one, the right hand, since this one's set up for left hand, the right hand one has a different ramp thing.
Yeah.
I put it in
But
there,
that comes
and that
with it.
makes this go the
Yep.
opposite way. Yes, and
Yep.
that's in,
And that
that's
comes
in
with
the
it.
box, ready to go.
And then the last thing, if you've never used one of these before, you set your drag before you push your lever down.
So it's a preset drag, and
Yep.
especially from a guide's perspective, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially fighting tarpon.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know what the preset is,
Mm-hmm.
so I know that all the way back we'll break the tippet.
Right.
We get a shark on it, or
Right.
it gets ripped around your toe or something like that. You
Yep.
want to have a safety in there so you can break the fish off, either for your own safety or for the fishes. I'm absolutely in love with them. These reels have been on my boat. That reel has been on my boat for at least 3 years.
Wow.
And I rinse them off, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really a maintenance-free, long-term.
Well, you get, like you say, you get what you pay for. They're just awesome reels. They're made in Virginia. They're just absolutely fantastic piece of machinery. So if you want one, now if you want to, see one, touch it, taste it, well, don't taste it. That's kind of gross. You can come by the shop. That's 30801 US 19 North in Palm Harbor, Florida, or you can go to our website, which is tailwateroutfitterspalmharbor.net or .com or Tailwater.
If you really want, you book a charter this week, and I'll let you eat this one. I'll let you put your mouth on it.
That's right. You can lick that one if you book a charter.
That's right.
And what's cool too with Captain Cord here, you can also, if you're sitting up somewhere right now and you're shivering, if you're
we're
shivering,
not exactly booked every single day right now.
That's right. But if you're sitting in a state right now where you're shivering, you're like, you know what? I'm tired of this.
Absolutely.
Call these guys. What's your website?
The Saltwater Specialists.
TheSaltwaterSpecialist.com.
Yes, sir.
.com.
Yep.
They actually, you can come down. They call it the Guide House. They'll cook you some barbecue and tie some flies, and you can hang out. You got a place to stay, and you can fish. You guys fish pretty much 24/7.
I mean,
for the most part,
every group's different.
Yeah.
It depends on what the client wants to do.
So in other words, if it's like 11, you're like, dude, do you want to go fishing tonight? Usually you're like, all right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's get her done.
Yep.
So check it out. Thanks for coming. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Have a great day, everybody.
Do all that other kind of stuff and
swing
press
in
the
and check out the new
button so they know
Sealer reels.
That and that and that and that. And we'll see you. Bye.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my